So I'm gonna start with a Form B pre-trip inspection. I'm gonna start with a three-way light. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's secured to the cap with two screws. No missing. There's no missing light bolts. It's amber in color because it's in the front of the truck. It has three functions: parking lights, turn signal lights, and hazard lights. My door, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. No illegal welds. My bracket, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's secured to the door with 4 bolts and spacers, not missing. My flat mirror and my convex mirror, they're not cracked, broken, or damaged. No illegal welds. My door handle, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. Opens and closes from the outside. My door is secured with 2 hinges. The hinges are not cracked, broken, or damaged, and are secured to the cap with bolts and spacers. My handrail, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's free of oil and grease to prevent accidents. My steps are not cracked, broken, or damaged, and are free of oil and grease to prevent accidents. They are strong enough to support my weight. My battery compartment, it's in good condition. My batteries are at the proper level. My cables are not cut, further damaged. My posts and my terminals are free of corrosion and are in good working condition. My depth tank, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's secured to the frame with bolts, nuts, and spacers. Underneath my depth tank, I don't see depth leaks. It has a good cap. It's in a closed and secure position with a good gasket. I don't see depth leaks. My sensors are not cracked, broken, or damaged. My electrical cables are not cut, further damaged, and I don't see no exposed wires. My fuel tank, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's secured with 2 metal straps to the frame with bolts, nuts, and spacers. Between fuel tank and metal straps, I have a good rubber gasket that prevents metal to metal friction. I have a cap. It's on a closed and secure position with a good gasket. Underneath my fuel tank, I don't see fuel leaks or diesel leaks. My sensor, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's secured to the fuel tank with 5 screws, not missing. My electrical cable, it's not cut, further damaged. No exposed wires. My breather valve is attached to the tank. It's in good working condition. My handrail, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged, free of oil and grease to prevent accidents. My utility lights are not cracked, broken, or damaged. No missing light bolts, and they can be activated with a selector switch inside the cab. My steps and my catwalk are not cracked, broken, or damaged, free of oil and grease. My air tank, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's secured to the frame with bolts, nuts, and spacers. My air lines are not cut, further damaged. Properly secured at each end. I don't hear air leaks. My drain valve, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. No air leaks. Yeah. Drain valve, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. My exhaust muffler, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. Secured to the frame with bolts, nuts, and spacers. On my exhaust muffler, I don't see black spots, meaning I don't have exhaust leaks. My drive shaft, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's free of debris or items that can impede my drive shaft from rolling freely or spinning freely. My drive shaft is secured to the universal joints. They are properly greased. My inner axle, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. Has a good gasket. It's secured with bolts and spacers, not missing. And it can be activated with the selector switch inside the cab. My differential, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. has a good gasket. It's secured with bolts, nuts, and spacers, not missing. No oil leaks. My torsion bar, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's secured to the differential with bolts, nuts, and spacers. And at the other end is secured to the frame with bolts, nuts, and spacers. My cross member, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's secured to the frame with bolts, nuts, and spacers. My frame, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's not bent. No illegal welds or modifications made. My airbags are not cut, frayed, or damaged. I don't see bulges. I don't hear any air leaks. On the top is secured to the frame with a metal plate. And at the bottom is secured to the lift spring with bolts, nuts, and spacers. My airlines are not cut, frayed, or damaged. Properly secured at each end. I don't hear air leaks. My airbags can be activated with a selector switch inside the cab. Moving to the shock absorber, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's not shot. On the top is secured to the frame with bolts, nuts, and spacers. At the bottom is secured to the lift spring with bolts, nuts, and spacers. My lift springs are not cracked, broken, or damaged. If the lift spring has more than 1/4 of damage, they will put the truck out of service. The lift spring is secured to the lift spring hanger with a rubber bushing, bolts, nuts, and spacers. The lift spring, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's secured to the frame with bolts, nuts, and spacers. Moving to the brake chamber. The brake chamber is not cracked, broken, or damaged. It has one factory clamp and one commercial clamp. They are not loose. The brake chamber airlines are not cut, frayed, or damaged. Properly secure at each end. I don't hear air leaks. The brake chamber has 3 parts: push rod, slack adjuster, and adjusting nut. The push rod, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It should not have more than 1 inch of play when the brakes are released. The slack adjuster, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged, and it's secured to the push rod with 2 pins and 2 cutter pins. And the adjusting nut, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. My brake drums, I don't feel deep grooves. It's free of oil and grease, and it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. The brake linings are not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's free of oil and grease. If the brake linings has less than 1/4 of thickness, they will be replaced for new ones. Between my dually rims, I don't see light or gaps, meaning they are not loose. That means they're properly coupled together. They are free of debris and rocks that can impede my dually tires from rolling freely. Moving to my dually tires, from the outside and inside, I don't feel bulges. It's not cut, frayed, or damaged. The dip thread cannot be less than 232. Air pressure has to be between 100 and 110 psi. I know this because I checked this morning when I was doing my pre-trip with a commercial gauge. My back tires, they can be recap or original. My front tires has to be original. My dually rims are properly mounted to my rims. I don't hear air leaks. My rims are not cracked, broken, or damaged. They are secured with 10 lock nuts and 10 studs. I don't see rust or shining, meaning they are not loose. My axle hub, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. Has a good gasket. I don't see oil leaks. It's secured with 10 studs and 8 studs and 8 nuts, and they are lubricated with the differential oil. Moving to the mud flaps, they are not cut, frayed, or damaged. They should not be more than 6 inches from the ground. They have a DOT tape. The DOT tapes, it's not cut, frayed, or damaged. It's not missing. Moving to the 4-way lights and my reverse light. My 4-way lights are secured to the cross member with rivets. I don't see no missing light bulbs. It has 4 functions: parking lights, brake lights, turn signal lights, and emergency lights. The reverse light is in clear color. It's secured to the cross member with a rubber gasket. And the license plate light, it's not cracked, broken, or damaged, and it's clear in color. My reverse light, it's also clear in color. With this, I conclude with the Form B pre-trip inspection. I'm gonna continue with the coupling system.